Damn, these people are flying around like penguins on an ice floe. Oh wait, penguins don't fly, do they? Good morning, this is Toad Vlogs from the Morning Show, and there are no fancy titles in this video because it is really late. I'm going to be late for work if I don't get this up and posted as quickly as possible. Yeah, so the video in question comes from CBS and from the security cameras on a city bus that was rear-ended by a school bus. And you can see all of the people tossed around like they are nothing. The whole concept of buses, both school and city buses, not having seatbelts is based on the idea that they are so large that anything that hits them will hardly do anything to them at all. And although this concept used to work, it is so outdated, it's time for it to be changed. Now, I've heard arguments that the buses are not designed to have seatbelts. There's new buses coming out all the time. All you have to do is make a regulation that new buses have to have seatbelts, and they will design them to have seatbelts. In Alberta, we've had 2 incidences where huge trucks have hit school buses. And I think one where a school bus hit a cement wall. And each one, children were hurt and killed because they didn't have seatbelts on. Now, this is a minor accident. If you watch the video, it's in the crotch box below. I have a link to the CBS video showing the accident. You can see that this minor accident, how easily these people get tossed around, and you know there's a lot of people in here that are going to be hurt. They're going to be all kinds of lawsuits just because they don't have seatbelts and don't have proper safety equipment. Just thinking the school bus is big enough that, okay, if a car hits it, yeah, it doesn't do a hell of a lot of damage. But the problem is, especially in Alberta, and I'm sure this is true across most of North America now, is the trucks are getting bigger. They're getting bigger. The reason for this is the high cost of gas. Gas has got so expensive that trucks now don't just carry 1 load, they usually carry 2 load, double trailer trucks. I've seen truck and a half loads. It's only a matter of time before we start seeing 2 and 3 trailer trucks. And you know what's going to happen. And even though the double trailer truck in Alberta, when they first proposed them, they suggested that drivers would have to have 20 years experience before they could drive a double trailer truck. Well, they passed the double trailer truck being allowed to be driven in Alberta, no problem. But they left out that 20-year thing. So people right out of school are driving double trailer trucks, turning them over, they're falling asleep and ramming through people's cars and buildings and everything else, just because the government and the works for the corporations, and the corporations want to save some money on gas. So yes, it's time that we start considering the school bus is not big enough, city bus is not big enough to prevent damage just because of its size. We have to start taking safety precautions to protect the people inside them. And if the government doesn't do that, it's not because they can't, it's because they don't want to pay to protect their citizens. And that's all there is to it. But definitely, go check out the accident because it's pretty cool. And, you know, if you were on a city bus while you're checking this out, it might be kind of weird and scary too.